This can be what is deku with Giratina. Okay, sorry if it's gonna take some time because I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna start this. Oh yeah, now I got it. Okay, this will start when Deku was born. If I don't have no food, if I don't sound that loud or that I sound a little bit too quiet, sorry, this is how my voice basically sounds. Okay, he's born. Pretty much nothing really big happens. He meets Bakugo. He lives a simple life up until his quirk manifests. Well, up until he goes to the quirk doctor. He pretty much, instead of the doctor saying he's quirkless, he says he does have a quirk called dark matter. I honestly don't want to do this part because I don't want to make Inko seem like she's a terrible mother. But I know if I'm gonna make this story make sense, I'm gonna have to then give him some tragic backstory to make him the reason to become Giratina. So I have to make Inko an abusive and terrible mother. He I really don't like to. So after Inko hearing that his work is dark matter, she pretty much, after they get home, she immediately abuses him and tells him to go into his room. This is going to last up until his first day of kindergarten. After 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 he tells people about everybody talks about their quirk, and then it's Deku's turn. Sorry, I just don't like saying that because I have to. Okay. Yeah, he says his name. He says his name is Deku Midoriya. He's 4 years old, and his quirk is dark matter or antimatter. I'm not sure which is which, so I'm not gonna say dark or antimatter. Well, and then with them being kids, they probably say it's a villainous quirk, so he also gets bullied. It honestly hurts to do because I don't like doing Deku Midoriya dirty like that. I don't like nah. But I'm gonna have to give him that origin to make sure he ends up with Giratina. So I guess let's continue. He ends up, and then I guess I'll time skip to the last day of middle school, where their teacher throws the applications in the air after saying, "I already know what you want. You want to be heroes." And then he reads out loud Hatsuki Bakugo, the names of people who are going to UA. For one, Hatsuki Bakugo. Bakugo says all his blah blah blah. I don't even know. I don't even like the guy. I really don't like him. He, I really don't like him. I honestly don't really remember what he says. It's been a while since I watched the anime. And then there is Izuku Midoriya, that way says, and then pretty much everybody gives him a death glare. And then I guess let's skip again to the end of that day. Midoriya's packing his stuff, then Bakugo heads towards his desk. Grabs his notebook, explodes like he does in the original anime, throws out the window. But this time, instead of Midoriya just taking that and just trying to give him a death glare, he actually launches an attack at him. With severely injured Bakugo, that reason why he has to send to the nurse's office, his mother gets called, and then he pretty much ends up getting kicked out. He ends up getting expelled. I honestly don't like doing this part, but Inko also disowns him. He lives on the streets for about 3 months, surviving on rats. Okay, before I get to this next part, I'm gonna have to explain his quirks. It's not just allows him to manipulate darker antimatter. It also gives him a mutation part. I honestly don't know what Giratina is supposed to be, so I guess his mutation part allows him to turn into Devil Dragon, I guess. A Devil Dragon. Okay, he pretty much everything Giratina's been able to do in Pokemon games and movies, he can pretty much do. Anyway, but one day, in this one, I'm going to make that Arceus, Dialga, and Pokio all happen to come to Earth at the time, and they have human forms. They eventually find him. They find Midoriya there, and he happens to look just like Giratina, a human version of Giratina. He pretty much, they find him, ask him why he's living on the streets. He tells them what happened. They honestly feel disgusted and angry. And if you're wondering why I'm not making the three of them related, it's mainly because I honestly don't want to create somebody who's too arrogant or who's pretty much who literally end up being spoiled like that. I don't like making characters like that. I will if I have to, but not if I want to. I really don't want to. So, just so they take him in. But he also has a really short temper. So they take him to the Pokemon world. They take their true form, but it also says that he has one too. That being the form of Giratina. Just think of a small version of Giratina. A small version of Palkia and Dialga. Just think of a small version of those three. At first, Now time skip. Now time skip 3 years. 3 years and 3 years back in My Hero Academia world. Sorry, sorry. Okay, well, it puts it. Bakugo starts his first year at UA. Wait, no. He starts his third year UA. He pretty much forgets about Midoriya at that time until one day he comes until one day he comes to visit Inko with his mother and father. He comes here, and then when they set a trap, Bakugo asks Casey Izuku, and then Inko says that he just owned him, and then Bakugo, I guess, how would you honestly feel about that, actually? Like, he never really shows the response of how he would feel if Midori was never around. He only shows the response of how, hmm. But let's just say he only told Midori to motivate him to try to become a hero like him, so he can prove he's superior to him. So after finding that, he felt heartbroken, and then he wrote. Then after that, he started reflecting on his life choices, and started to actually regret every action he did to him. All the actions he did to Midoriya, Izuku. So so he ends up looking around town trying to find him. But, oh wait, he can't, because Midoriya is no longer even that multiverse. He's in a whole different multiverse. And they gave him, at first, now let's switch over to Midoriya. At first, he's living a happy, simple life until a couple of people attack him. Like thugs that try, like Team Rocket, like every known group in every Pokemon group. Team Galactus, Team Rocket. Sorry, I just don't remember their names. I only know Team Galactus and Team Rocket. Anyway, he defeats them, yes. But somehow Arceus only sees one part of it. So he saw him attack them first. So he sends him to the I'll call it the upside down world or mirror world, because usually it shows up through a reflection or everything literally looks the distortion world. I just remembered that. He sends him to the distortion world where he's pretty much banished. That's pretty much the first part of it. I'll pretty much make a second part, and if I can find anything else here at the end of later on after the second part, I'll try to make a third part. But I also have another idea for what if. So like, subscribe, and have a fantastic summer.